Hello and welcome to the next part in my project of seeking out the possible real-world inspiration behind the art of the tools and vehicles we use in Foxhole. These videos are meant for those who are curious now about either the history and want to do a deep dive, or for those who need a reference for creating the game's weapons or vehicles for their own creative projects. This time our focus will be both on vehicles and weaponry of either faction of the game. Now, like with the uniforms I covered in my previous videos, I must point out this is still guesswork here. I am making my conclusions with observation of real-world surviving examples and using my years of book reading and grognard wargaming experience. I may not even be correct with some, or I could have just scored a lucky guess. I will of course be using sources from my own private library of books, but I am also helped out by the others who have contributed on the game's official wiki, as well as both Wikipedia and the Internet Movie Firearms database, as well as other source websites. Like we saw in my previous video entries, the Foxhole concept and render artists of Siege Camp use artistic license of the game being set in an alternate fantasy universe to take and use multiple real-world examples from many different sources. With the vehicles and weapons of the game, this stand is still in full effect. Some nations are more influential than others, but with each weapon or vehicle having many different parts, they usually end up with a semi-fictional composite example that fits the theme of either faction in the game. The gunboats from both sides have not been covered, as the older in-game models lean very much into a generic fantasy aesthetic, and this has made it very hard to conclude if any specific real-world item was used to model these vehicles in-game. I have also chosen to ignore the construction vehicles, as they are also original creations and might be getting faction-unique versions in the coming future of the game as well. In recent times, though, the art team for the game is working hard to ensure the armories of both factions are at least visually distinct from each other. Maybe in a few months' time we'll see faction-specific construction vehicles for either side. Now on to the content of the video itself. I will be providing, if I can, both in-game 3D renders, concept art and images in a slideshow format for browsing purposes. In the video's information panel will be the URL for each subject for further reading. So with all that said, please enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you.